robust urban garlic flavor.
So here I was going to add the daily rap section to the Hades video I had, but then I realized, wait, 16 minutes long? Are you kidding me? What is he going on about? Oh, Kino Casino, drama, everything else. So I wonder what is actually in here, because he only usually goes this long when something bad happens, and just him wage quitting Hades isn't really a huge deal, but Phil probably made it a big deal. So let's see what the self-proclaimed exercise guru has for us today.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here.
Wait a minute, he didn't tell us he was Phil. Something is wrong here. Did he get divorced?
Another hot one. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the weather again was warm outside. We had full sun. My office was 90 degrees. I know, because I have a thermostat that works on my new air conditioner that I got this year. Ugh.
Yeah, when it's hot outside or the sun is shining on your house, the interior of the house gets hotter. Thank you for letting us know that, Phil. You're making each and every one of us just a little bit smarter every day. Congratulations.
That's why today, as you can see, I just wore a t-shirt again. You know, you would think, oh, it's the fall. Phil's going to start wearing like longer sleeve clothes and pullovers and stuff. Oh, no. I'm actually wearing lighter clothes now because of these problems with the temperature now that my air conditioning is uninstalled.
The fact that he's done nothing about it and it's been a week is just major sus. Either he's completely lying, or he's spending so much on champions that he can't afford to hire a technician. His world is falling apart. It doesn't matter how much money he's making, it's falling apart.
Let's talk about today. Today was an interesting day for multiple reasons. Okay, first off, today's Level 1 podcast, we had a major thing to discuss. Xbox is failing miserably on all levels. They've made multiple awful decisions this week, including the Game Pass price hikes, actually gauging and limiting their cloud streaming service depending on what level of Game Pass you're subscribed to. They actually removed the ability to get discounted DLCs when you're a Game Pass member, and more.
On this episode, where Phil discovers how multinational corporations consolidate the market and then jack up the price, Phil realizes he's still spending the money anyway, because he has no other alternative.
Okay, basically, a whole slew of stuff, and we covered all of this. All right, all of it. And it ended up being a really great story for today's show. So if you want to hear about that Xbox debacle, check out today's Level 1 podcast, okay?
And you gotta hope that somebody put a timestamp to where it is already, otherwise you aren't going to bother flipping through it.
The first gameplay stream for today was Call of Duty Black Ops 7's beta. Now, I'm in a closed beta because I'm part of Game Pass Ultimate, but the open beta, I believe, is in like 2 or 3 more days. So I will be playing it again. However, let's talk about how the closed beta went today. Well.
Ooh, I know this one. Phil got just enough money to keep playing it, but he sucked at the game.
Well, I had
access to premium
so
benefits.
What did it say? Dude, it disappeared. It showed the buttons, it took them away. What are my buttons to throw? E? E is a grenade. It's that grenade. Is that my lethal?
Enemies are carrying the device.
Okay, then this must be my stun. Okay, so E is my lethal, and Q is my, like, support item.
Hostiles
so what do I have with
our
X?
control station.
Let me put it this way, okay? The game seemed to run great. The game seemed to be very responsive. I played on keyboard and mouse right here, which was actually quite good to play on keyboard and mouse. It felt very comfortable to me, okay? However, I will say this. The same issues that I've had with Call of Duty for ages are still present. I mean, this has been 7-8 years that I've called them out for this, and it still hasn't been fixed. What issue? Well, how about the enemy's in front of you? You draw first, you fire. A whole volley of shots hits the enemy. They stop and turn. They run the other way. A whole volley of shots hits the enemy. Then they turn towards you. Finally, they draw their weapon. You shoot them again. A third volley of shots hits the enemy. So you're talking anywhere from 5 to 6 bullets hit them, and then they just go instant kill.
The reason why that happens is Phil does not have aim assist on, so he can't hit anybody because he's not good at this. Seriously, search up DSP COD. There's a bunch of videos where they go in slow motion of Phil's scope not close enough and not hitting. Now that Lolcow Live is effectively dead, Wings and Phil should face off in COD, and we'll see Wings kick DSP's butt, and it'll be hilarious.
Having a ton. And I'm sorry, I've called this out a million times. Then you watch the kill cam. The kill cam says, oh, they were shooting you first. On my screen, 3 volleys of shots hit the enemy. How did they shoot me first? What are you talking about? Keep in mind, I now have dramatically reduced input lag. I have great internet. There's no reason for this. Their netcode is garbage. And it happens again and again trying to play this game in multiplayer. And I say it every year, right? I say, this is silly fun. It's okay to have a good time and go on a tear. But man, if you took this seriously, if you were playing online and you cared about your rank and you cared about tournament play online, forget it. I would lose my mind with the connections you get here. And the funny part was it was getting so annoying. I said, let me turn on the ping, right? Because I actually want to see what the ping is saying it is. It claimed every single match was 30 milliseconds.
Again, blame it on the lag. That's all he does. It's never his gameplay being terrible. His skill is terrible, yet he's always going to blame it on the lag or the servers or anything else he can do because he can't cope with the fact that he's not good at competitive video games.
Let me just run this by you. Have you ever seen a situation ever in human history of the internet that you did anything on the internet and the connection was always exactly good and always the same? Any game ever that you ever played online, a fighting game, an RTS, a first-person shooter, a racing game, a sports game, did you ever have the exactly equivalent connection every time you played it?
Hey, look, there's a Charmander in the background. That's cool.
Action and for reals!
You know, I'm not really hungry.
Yeah, let's go see what this fat guy is yelling about.
The answer, of course, is no. So why is Call of Duty Black Ops 7's beta telling me that every match is 30 milliseconds? Because it's not. They're lying again. That's what I detected. Remember, previously, when I played these games, it'd be like you play a game in one match, it'll say, oh, it's like 30, 40 milliseconds, and it's really good and responsive, and you can shoot everyone, and you get all your kill streaks. Everything's good. Then you play the next match, and it still claims it's 30 milliseconds, and it's like no one takes any damage from you.
Yeah, you see, Phil is the person on the planet who gets a disproportionate retribution in terms of lag. It never benefits him, it always hurts him, and he's always experiencing lag when he doesn't do well. If he's doing well, there is no lag, even if there is.
Same deal, all right? Now, here's the thing, okay? Outside of that super annoying nonsense, okay? The game is fun. The only real thing, I thought this game had double jumps and wall runs. It doesn't, luckily, all right? But the game has wall jumping, meaning you could jump at a wall and then jump off the wall. It's going to take a little bit to get used to. Certain maps, you need to do it to maneuver and stuff. And I'll be honest, I think at first it was a little cheap because you don't know where people are going to be. Like, there's like hiding spots from wall jumping that you didn't know you could reach. But outside of that, it wasn't that big of a deal, quite honestly. I don't think it really hindered my experience too much. And basically, after playing for around 2 hours.
So by the end of my 2.5 hours playing, I actually went on an insane tear. I had a crazy, crazy kill streak. I was able to do 2 of the robot dog summons in one match. It was crazy. People were like, holy shit, it was like destroying everything. How is this happening? But again, it was this 30 millisecond connection. Previous, I couldn't hit anyone. Now I'm still on a 30 millisecond connection, but now I'm murdering everyone. Do you see my point that they're lying?
Maybe the connection is just around the same as it was in the prior matches, but you just had a better lobby where you were better than the other players, or you got lucky, or you actually played a good round for once. None of these things are ever options. It's always if he's bad, it's because of lag. If he's good, it's because he's good at the game. It's stupid how competitively he takes it. Like he's like that one dad that has to like butt in and ruin everything for the kids because they're just hyper competitive and they need to win everything. That's Phil, except this kid is a cat.
It's really not representative of what's happening when they say these connections, they're full of. Anyway, I had a good time, and we did hit a support goal by the end of the stream.
Yeah, he only had a good time because he got $150 plus from his fans. That's all it was. Call of Duty, he hates Call of Duty. And basically, you can swap Call of Duty with any other game and he'll hate it too.
So we're playing it again as the day stream on Sunday. We're going to do it again. Now, I think that the beta actually ends like early next week. So I'm just going to do one more major stream of it on Sunday.
Yeah, if it hit a double goal, you know, we would have played it twice. What he's really worried about is will that second stream hit a goal again? Because it's like, there's no incentive because it's just a beta.
We're going to keep going. Hopefully there's different modes unlocked because they had a core playlist that was going, but it wasn't too interesting. It was like this weird game mode that I don't like, where it's like grab some kind of a overkill item and bring it to a spot on the map, and you have to do that like 3 times. I hated it. Here's what I like. Deathmatch, team deathmatch, kill confirm, and domination.
I had a great time. Overall, I did rage, but I did enjoy it. By the end of the stream, having that kill streak kind of really, wow, I want to play it again, right? And the audience, I had a good attendance today. People seem to like it. So I'm all full speed ahead for Sunday. I hope you'll give the gameplay a look. Looked great. Obviously, my new setup, Call of Duty, looks amazing now. So pretty good first session and looking forward to more on Sunday. Okay? All right. Now, time for the polar opposite of that. Ready?
Yeah, he was right about that. That was the total opposite. Him taking a drink instead of talking and not even editing it out. Yeah, absolutely.
As you all know, on Wednesday night, I gave Hades 2 a shot. And honestly, I was not sold that it was going to work. Remember, I skipped Hades 2 when it had its full release last week. And I said, I'm not sold it's going to work now. There's too many other hot games out. This game's already been in early access for a year and a half. Maybe I would play it at a future date, but I just don't think it's going to work right now, right? Well, you guys yelled at me and said, no, you got to play it. It's got a high Steam player count. Everyone's talking about it. You got to play it. I said,
Yeah, you see, they traveled through the fiber optic cables, jumped into Phil's streaming office, and started yelling and shouting and berating him to play this game. That's exactly what happened.
all right, fine. I'll do what you want. We played it Wednesday night. We had a good, engaged audience, good support, exceeded the support goal. Great.
One guy tipped $100 and Phil was happy. Otherwise, the goal would not have been hit.
Couldn't be happier. And I did good too playing. You know, I actually did really well playing. So I'm like, this is excellent. Let's put it in the rotation. Let's do it Friday night. Let's do it as a day stream next week. Let's go, right? Tonight, attendance way down. Not even just down, way down. Barely had 150 people on YouTube, but like 50 people on Kick all night. I'm serious.
Don't let him fool you. 50 people on Kick is what he usually gets. That's like the low point. Under 200, like 160 is usually the lower performing end that he's on. So it's not dramatically low, but it is low.
Support, horrible. We basically made I think we barely made halfway to the goal. After the first hour, no one even contributed at all. I'm serious.
Yeah, so they realized, hey, we're not hitting this goal unless Only Ice Coffee shows up and drops $50+, so we're gonna hold our money until he does. Mind you, he streams 2 hours, which is really 2.5, compared to 4.5 on the day, yet he expects the same amount of support each and every stream.
We had a whole end hour of the stream. No one made a single contribution.
Yeah, you see, by front-loading support, which is what Phil wanted you to do, he didn't mean stop at the second half. He meant give as much money as possible so we hit the goal and then I can beg for another one.
Chat, completely dead. We had maybe 1 or 2 people that were trying to talk to me. That was it. No one was talking about the game or knew anything about the game, so the fans of the game didn't show up tonight, okay? On Kick, I'm not kidding you. 4 minutes, the Kick chat was dead with no one talking. That literally never happens.
Yeah, Phil, they were all tired out from the COD festivities and they would go watching those clips instead of you watching you play Hades. That's just how it happens. It's almost like Phil is slowly discovering that he's boring, but he's like, no, it must be the game's fault.
Never. Even in games they don't like, Kick chat talks. No one talked during Hades 2. I'm baffled. This is completely a 180 turn from Wednesday night.
I really doubt that. I think at the end of the day, Phil just looks at the number and doesn't take into account, hey, one person tipped $100, which was over 50% of the support he got. And then today he just sees, okay, I got $76, where 2 days before I got 190 plus. So they must hate the game now. No, the reality is that Whale gave you 100 and didn't give you 100 the next day. If he gave you 50-50, your outlook would be a little bit different, but you'd still probably wage quit the game because you're like, we didn't hit the goal. This is why giving large amounts of money to Phil is incredibly stupid, because he expects you to maintain that level of support. So if you give him $50 one day on a game playthrough, he expects $50 every single playthrough or he's going to quit the game. That's the business model he runs, and he doesn't understand why people are frustrated with that. Because people don't have money growing on trees. Only Ice Coffee is probably mortgaging his entire existence to keep you afloat.
Wednesday night, people were showing up. They were engaged. They were supporting. They had a great time. Tonight, it's like people forgot I was on stream or something. I don't know what else to say. Now, here's the problem. I was planning on making this game a day stream on Tuesday. Now I'm definitely against it. All right? All I'm going to say is this. If you couldn't make this stream for some reason, I'd love to know why. Are you someone that can't attend night streams, but you would still watch and support Hades 2 if it were a daytime stream? That has happened in some cases. I mean, Silk Song, that actually happened, and Silk Song's doing great as a day stream now.
Phil, what are you talking about? Silksong is only performing well because Only Iced Coffee is giving money for it. Only Iced Coffee shows up for night streams too. He just wants you to play the games he wants you to play during the longer stream segments that you have of it. And the funny thing, if you email Phil like, hey, I wanted to support the stream, and he's like, okay, how much would you have supported? I would have given $5. He would have been like, screw you.
Okay, maybe that's the case. Maybe it was just in extenuating circumstances. Would you like to support Hades 2? If you would, go ahead. You can send a tip. You could come to another stream, right? You could leave a super thanks on the video and say, hey, this is for Hades 2. I like the playthrough. I want you to keep going.
Yeah, but here's the thing, they're like $70 away from the goal. So his fans realize, hey, if I give $5 of support towards Hades, he doesn't care. But if Only Iced Coffee comes in and gives $75 for Hades, he suddenly cares. And that's why Phil doesn't realize that he's losing people at those low to medium price levels that give him steady support. Because he doesn't care about what they think. He doesn't care if they give money to save the games. He only cares about the whales. And people know that, so they're like, yeah, I'm not going to give Phil money. I may watch him or may watch somebody else, but I'm not going to give him money.
Right now, with the insane turnaround of lack of attendance, lack of engagement, and lack of support, that's the three things I look for to see if a game's going to work. I can't keep playing the game. I'm being dead serious with all of you. I can't. I love the game. I want to keep playing it, but I'm not streaming for me. I'm streaming for you.
Mind you, if Only Iced Coffee came in and dropped a $150 tip, DSP wouldn't give a flying flip about what 99% of his audience wants to see. He will go where the whale goes, and that's it, because that is what DSP has tied his wagon to.
If you're not showing up, engaging, and supporting with the game, I can't play it. So, let's see what happens in the next few days. If I get some super chats, some super thanks, right, on the videos as people watch them. If people tip and say, hey, this is to make up for it, hopefully you'll hit the goal based on this, you know what I'm saying? Or if people come to my streams otherwise and support during then and say, this is for Hades 2, then I will play it as the daytime stream on Tuesday. But if none of that happens, we're done.
The thing is, none of that will happen unless it's Only Iced Coffee giving him something on stream. People do not leave super thanks on Phil's videos because they know they are just segments from his live streams that aren't edited, so there's no point. They also realize that he's so far away from the goal that they're like, my $5 doesn't matter to him. And that's why they withhold their money as they should, because he doesn't prioritize what you want. He prioritizes his own pocketbook over your entertainment.
And what I'll do is we'll do something else, likely what I'm thinking. The logical replacement is Super Mario Galaxy 2, a game that I've never played, have always wanted to play because I loved Galaxy 1, and I only held off on playing because you guys wanted Hades 2. Dead serious, that's why. If you didn't want Hades 2, I was going to start it this week. So I think that's what we should do. All right, so let's see what happens. Will people step up and say, yes, we wanted it, or is Hades 2 dead? I hope not. To be honest, I want to play this Tuesday. But I can't keep doing it if no one shows up. It can't be a dead stream, and it was dead tonight, okay?
It was certainly dead when you were playing Suikoden, but you're like, oh, the whales love this for some reason. And then he played it several months later, and it's like, oh, where are the whales now? Then he put the second playthrough on hiatus to say he's not wage quitting it.
All right, folks, so enjoy the gameplay. I hope you've enjoyed 8 straight days with me. I definitely need a break, and I'm taking that break tomorrow, all right?
The thing that Phil doesn't get is he doesn't have to stream 12 times a week. He doesn't have to stream 2 times a day. He can mix and match it, but he just wants to have this consistent, rigid schedule because he thinks the dents like it. I don't think the dents really care, because I think there's probably a day audience and I think there's probably a night audience. And if he streamed 4 times a week instead of 6-day streams, I don't think they would care. They may even give him more money and he may not even realize it.
Bye-bye. Oh, one more thing. One more little addendum. All right, because I'm not going to be here tomorrow, and undoubtedly people will probably bring this up and say, oh, he's not here tomorrow, right? I'll just get this out of the way now. This way we don't have to address it on Sunday when I come back. There were a lot of trolls on my stream tonight, okay, for Hades 2, being toxic and being stupid. Basically saying, ha, Kino Casino did another segment on you. Okay, it's this simple, because I've explained this, but people don't seem to understand. I don't care. I don't watch them.
Phil, let me stop you right there. The more you talk about it, the more they will bring it up.
I haven't talked to them since March. I'm never going to watch their content again I'm never going to respond to their content. I don't care about them. They're insignificant humans to me.
Phil, this is a response even though you're not reacting to the video. Do you realize that? This is what the trolls want you to do. They want you to rant about this.
They don't matter. Do you understand? Like, they don't. They have nothing to do with me. I have nothing to do with them. The fact that it is October. So we are what? Let's see. Let's do the math. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. 7 months. 7 months where I've done nothing with them, have no association with them, don't talk about them. The only time I bring them up is when you guys do.
Yeah, and if you really wanted to stay out of the kitchen, Phil, you should stop responding when your chat brings it up. You should just ignore them. But you can't help yourself, and that's why the casino will keep laughing at your content, because they can go back to their audience and say, hey, we owned Phil right here. He's bringing us up.
You guys will bring them up on a stream and I'll respond to someone and say something. That's it. I don't think about them ever. They have nothing to do with me, right? The fact that 7 months later, they're doing big segments on me, it means one simple thing. I was right all along. I'm the one who robbed the casino. They are so butthurt about it that they're never going to let go because they think, oh, we keep making content about him. We win. No, you lost. Get it? You lost.
Oh my god, Phil, you are so stupid. The reason they talk about you is because they can make money off of you. They aren't doing it every single stream, they're just making it segments because they know their audience will get bored of it, but they know you were an easy moneymaker for them. You didn't snake them, we all know that, even your dents know that. You are a moron. You thought they wouldn't deride you, mock you, spit on you, kick you while you were down because they were making fun of Review Tech USA. But guess what? You should have actually looked into them and realized, hey, I should probably stay far away from this. But you didn't, and it has hurt your business dramatically. Congratulations, Phil, you dug your own grave.
I pulled a heist. You can never get back what I took from you. I am now doing very well because of it. I left before you could screw me.
Welcome to Bizarro World. Phil, they got you to admit that you spent money on mobile games when you repeatedly denied it throughout the years. You didn't reveal how much you spent on it, but we can figure it out. Even your dents figured it out, and half of them left. Your wife may have even left you because of this. You got all that money, and you completely wasted it. You flushed it all down the drain. And now you're left holding the bag, and people aren't paying you as much as they were before. People are definitely not watching you as much as they were before, and you're more beholden on Only Iced Coffee than you were before. You screwed yourself so hard and you don't even realize it. And you have to cope because you are such a narcissist that you have to make yourself seem like the victor every single time, and nobody's having it. Seriously, you would have been better off saying that you got fooled and you got tricked, because hey, that shows some humility and maybe people would actually pity you, which is your entire game. But you just have to make yourself seem like the big man on campus when the reality is you're the person who gets shoved in the lockers.
I don't watch. Nothing you do affects me. Nothing. You can send your trolls over. No one cares. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm happy. Thanks to you being so stupid. So enjoy doing segments on me. I'm never going to watch it. I don't care what it was about. The cronies came over to spam my chat about it, like ban. Okay, ignore them, right? I don't give any of it. It's just stupidity. So
the thing is, once you start swearing, you know he really cares, because you got under his skin. This is a very calm, composed, level-headed reaction, Philip. I'm so proud of you, man. The way you handled them so effectively, and you're totally not going to have any trolling from this ever again.
It just goes to show, I think I struck a nerve when I talked about a certain someone wanting to fly me out to Florida to go to a bar with him. I think I struck a nerve, a certain gay person.
Phil, that guy's not gay. I can assure you, anyone who is gay would not consider PPP part of their community. You just say that because in your bigoted mind, you think it makes you superior to him. You're actually more like PPP and Andy Worski than you let on, Phil.
Who really wanted to spend time with me, and then he's so butthurt that now I basically have nothing to do with them, and I basically robbed the casino. They can't take it, right? They just cannot cope.
Phil, has anybody told you that you're a massive idiot? Because this is where it really shines through. You have such a warped view of reality. They are making a killing off of you. I can assure you of that.
So instead, they see they are still making content 7 months later, and they probably will forever, because they just can't handle the fact that they took a big L and there's nothing they can do about it.
A lot of this feels like projection and you coping with humiliation, Phil.
And that's all I have to say about that. I'm done with it. I'm happy. I'm moved on. I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. I'm nice and buff now, and I'm happy and I'm healthy and I'm in a good place. I don't need to go back to a toxic bad place when I'm in a good place, right?
Oh my god, out of all the pictures and the videos I've seen of Phil flexing, that looks like the worst one. If he's put on anything, it's tone because he's not putting on mass. He has spaghetti arms. The thing is, Phil, just take the L. You were fooled, you were clowned, everybody saw it, everybody could tell you from a mile away the moment you got involved with those guys that they would take advantage of you, but you didn't see it, and that's on you. That's obviously a representation of all the problems you have of your hermetic lifestyle, where it's just you and your wife may be gone now. You telling us you're happy means so often, so frequently, probably means that you're not happy, probably means that there's a hole in your life somewhere, probably means that you have to fill that hole with WWE champions and other things. You are not doing well. We can see right through you because every stream, it is not a chill fun time, it is you panicking and begging for money. We can see right through your transparent nonsense. You're not getting ripped, you're not getting in shape, you may be doing some things, but it's going to take a long time to improve if you're doing those things, which I'm really doubtful that you're going to stick to them for that long, because it's not easy to maintain a consistent schedule, unless that schedule is begging for money for you. Alright everybody, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this installment of the King Snake, and I will see you all next time. This is Robust turning off the station to Phil's boring life.
I think you're seeing a small change.